Some songs are popular for a moment and then they fade away. Others live longer than the people who created them. They outgrow radio stations, outlast trends, and become woven into the fabric of everyday life. Sweet Mother is one of those rare songs. It is not simply remembered, it is felt. Across Africa, it is more than music. It is memory, gratitude, and shared experience, carried from one generation to the next. When Sweet Mother was released in the mid-1970s, no one could have predicted what it would become. There was no internet, no music streaming, no viral marketing, and no global African music industry as we know it today. Yet this simple high-life song went on to sell millions of copies and remains the most successful African song of all time. The story of Sweet Mother is not just the story of a hit record, but the story of how truth, simplicity, and emotion can travel farther than hype ever could. Behind the song was Prince Nico Mbarga, a Cameroonian-born musician who spent much of his life working and recording in Nigeria. He was not raised in luxury, and his journey into music was shaped by both hardship and responsibility. As a young boy, Prince Nico lost his father, an event that changed the course of his life. His mother became the backbone of the family, taking on the role of provider, caregiver, and protector in a society where single motherhood came with enormous pressure. In African culture, mothers often sacrifice everything without expecting recognition. They wake before everyone else, sleep after everyone else, and carry emotional burdens quietly. Prince Nico witnessed this reality firsthand. As he grew older and found his voice as a musician, he carried those memories with him. Sweet Mother was born not from ambition or commercial planning, but from gratitude. It was his way of saying thank you in the language he knew best. At the time he composed the song, the West African music scene was dominated by highlife, a genre built on guitars, horns, and storytelling. Songs often spoke about love, politics, social struggles, or celebration. Writing a song entirely dedicated to appreciating mothers was unusual. It was not considered trendy or commercially aggressive. Yet Prince Nico trusted the honesty of his message. He chose to sing the song in Pidgin English, a decision that would later prove crucial. Pidgin removed barriers. It allowed people from different countries, ethnic groups, and educational backgrounds to understand the lyrics immediately. The words were simple, but the meaning was deep. The melody was gentle, the rhythm comforting, and the emotion unmistakable. Sweet Mother did not demand attention, it invited it. When the song was recorded and released in 1976, its rise was slow but unstoppable. Radio presenters began to play it more frequently because listeners requested it. Market sellers played it on cassette players. Bus drivers played it during long journeys. Families played it during gatherings, often without realizing that they were participating in the creation of a continental classic. The song moved naturally, from person to person, city to city, country to country. What made Sweet Mother powerful was that it belonged to everyone. Listeners did not see it as Prince Nico Mbarga's song, they saw it as their song. It reminded people of their own mothers, whether alive or gone, present or distant. It stirred memories of childhood, discipline, comfort, and sacrifice. In homes where words of appreciation were rarely spoken, the song said what many could not express themselves. As the years passed, Sweet Mother became unavoidable. It played at naming ceremonies, weddings, anniversaries, and even moments of reflection. It crossed borders into Ghana, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, and beyond. Despite the lack of modern distribution systems, the song reportedly sold over 13 million copies, a number that remains unmatched in African music history. This achievement was not backed by global charts or awards, it was backed by people. Yet while the song grew larger, the man behind it lived a quieter reality. Prince Nico Mbarga continued making music, releasing other records and performing, but none matched the reach of Sweet Mother. The industry slowly moved on, as it always does. New sounds emerged, new stars rose, and attention shifted elsewhere. Like many artists whose greatest work becomes larger than their career, Prince Nico found himself defined by a single song. This reality highlights one of the most complex truths in music history. Sometimes, creating something timeless does not guarantee lasting fame or financial security. While Sweet Mother lived on, its creator did not enjoy the level of global recognition one might expect from such a monumental achievement. His life, though respected, was not glamorous. He passed away in 1997, leaving behind a legacy that the world continues to celebrate, often without fully knowing his story. Decades after its release, Sweet Mother remains deeply relevant. It is played every year during Mother's Day celebrations across Africa. It appears in documentaries, cultural discussions, and retrospectives about African music. Younger generations encounter it through their parents and grandparents, sometimes singing along without knowing when or why it was created. The song has outlived trends, technologies, and even its creator. What Sweet Mother ultimately represents is proof that music rooted in truth has no expiration date. It does not rely on production tricks, controversy, or marketing strategies. It relies on connection. In honoring his mother, Prince Nico Mbarga honored millions of mothers across Africa. And in doing so, he created something far greater than a hit. He created a cultural monument. When you hear Sweet Mother today, you are not just listening to an old song. You are hearing the sound of appreciation in a society that rarely pauses to say thank you. You are hearing the voice of a son who turned gratitude into melody. And you are hearing a reminder that some songs do not belong to one era, one country, or one artist. They belong to history. This is why Sweet Mother refused to die, because as long as there are mothers, there will be people who hear themselves in its words. And as long as people remember where they came from, the song will continue to live. If this song meant something to you back then, tap the like button so more people can rediscover its story. Subscribe for more music stories like this, and drop a comment.